Hi, everybody. Welcome to the 21st episode of Bulldog Weekly, Season 6. I'm Tommy.
And I'm Jed. This week, we're watching an exclusive from the Science Olympiad and track team, and watching a hilarious blooper reel.
First up, let's get started with Mr. Devoll and Mr. Tilden with our week ahead of school and sports.
Hello everybody, welcome to the Rundown. Today is Sunday, April 2nd. We've made it to April. And we had quite a week last week. We had a wonderful spring production of Once Upon a Mattress. Our drama club did a great job, and they put a lot of time into that production. It was outstanding in our auditorium. So great job to the drama club. We also had the end of term 3, so we're now officially in term 4. The finish line's in sight. We also had 2 days of MCAS testing for our sophomores, so it was quite a busy week. A little bit slower this week. Monday is the 3rd. It is not a Mentor Monday in the Bulldog block. It's a regular day where you can go and find a destination. Tuesday's the 4th. We've got the Tea Club and the combined chorus. Wednesday is the 5th. We've got the AFS club meeting in the library, Music Appreciation Club with Mr. Apperson, and then there's a full junior class meeting in the auditorium. They're going to talk about their spring fundraiser. They're selling mattresses, so that's happening on Wednesday. Now, Thursday and Friday, a little bit different. Thursday is a delayed start, so we'll start the day at 8:30 a.m., no Bulldog block, and then there's no school on Friday. So we've got, let's call it like 3 3/4 days this week. Delayed start Thursday, no school Friday. Spring sports are in session. Welcome to April.
Thank you very much, Mr. Devoll. Spring sports have started. Mother Nature's doing her trick with raining every other day or freezing cold, but the kids are out there. They're being successful in their scrimmages. They're having a good time. So not much to report yet, but we figured we'd just flash back to the winter teams. Had a great winter. Always ecstatic to whenever you win a state championship. We happen to have won 2 so far this year. We've got the golf in the fall. We've added boys indoor track, and then a Final Four run for the basketball team. Made one heck of a season. So it was a great winter. We're hoping that carries over to spring. All of the teams look fantastic. So we're going to have some great things to report next week, our first week of games. But until then, thanks to the Bulldog crew for all you do. It's back to you.
Thanks so much, Mr. Devoll and Mr. Tilden. Good luck to all the sports teams competing this week.
First up, Emma is sitting down with the track team to discuss their coming season. Let's see what they have to say.
Hello everyone, my name is Emma Van Ness and I'm here with a couple members of the spring track team. So to get started, what do you guys do for track? What is the events you guys participate in?
So my main event is the 800 meters, and occasionally I do the 2-mile, and I like to partake in javelin.
So I do a mix of events, but this season I'll probably be doing shot put, long jump, the 400 hurdles, and the 400.
Nice. How long have you guys been doing spring track for?
This is our 3rd season because COVID. We missed our freshman year.
Is there anything you're looking forward to this season for track?
A comeback. Yeah, just like an own personal comeback, to do good for myself, because I won't be running in college, so I want to do good and really good for myself.
Yeah, I agree, just to make the most of our last season.
Yeah, and since you guys are seniors, how do you feel about coming back after you graduate to your sport? Because I know some people complain and stuff, but are you guys do you guys not really care? Or?
I don't really care because I've been doing this for so long that it's just it's not nothing new. I would and also it's kind of nice to, after you graduate, just to go to practice and just to run.
This little hobby afterwards, keep you busy. I've heard other people from different sports kind of come to spring track, a lot of different ranges of sports groups come afterwards. How is that?
I think that people come to try it and then end up really liking it, and I think it's so cool to have kids who never thought they could be a runner and then be forced into it, kind of see their strengths.
I think a lot of people do it to get better at running and stuff like that. How would you guys describe your team chemistry overall?
We're tight. No, we're really close. I think it's track itself is one of the most you will meet the best people there, because it's hard to run in general or like jump or throw. So everybody has like this personal like understanding of like how hard it is, and you'll just meet like the best people there. Everybody, even at meets like from other teams, like everybody's just like so lovely, and it's like you just be chatting up on the start line and on the finish line.
Do you guys have like team dinners a lot? I don't know if like how track works, if everyone like, really comes together or not, but do you guys kind of do anything like outside of track, like hang out?
We try and do fun things. We go bowling, we do some fun stuff, but we haven't had any team dinners in the winter just because it's so hard to host like a giant team, but we're hoping to this spring since we can do it like outside.
Now, have you guys gotten like a new wave of people from like the freshman class wanting to join track?
I think so, yeah. There was like a lot of freshmen, which is good because it's like I don't want to see track start to die off because it's just.
I think it comes in waves though. Like you'll get like some new people, and then like a couple years later you'll get like a big wave of.
Yeah, I don't think there wasn't like a lot of like new people when we were freshmen because it's always been a small, especially for girls, always a small group of members. But like this year there's like a lot of like freshmen, I believe.
Yeah, I also think we have a lot of like juniors and sophomores coming out to try it, which is good because we had a like pretty low interest this winter, so it's good.
Yeah, it's good. How has track improved you during like other sports that you've done?
I've always done track. I'm gonna say
it just keeps you in a groove, I guess. If you're doing like winter and then spring, it's just kind of like you're not really getting out of it.
Yeah. So I'm here running 24/7 year long.
In the fall, I play field hockey, and it's hard to come back to track because it's just like you get so used. Like after a season of field hockey, you just like it's a different kind of shape. Like you fall out of shape. Like although you're still in a sport, it's just not the same.
No, yeah, I'm in the same boat because in volleyball we barely do any running. Like our punishment is like 2 laps around the gym.
Yeah,
like it's literally nothing.
Yeah, it's very different.
So I heard you guys are getting a new track. How is that going to be since you guys won't have any home games during the construction?
I'm sad because it's like, well, because I just don't know how it will affect the team personally because like, honestly, like everybody does like different things and I'm like a little scared that like we won't be as close as we used to because some people might go to like a whole different school to practice like long jump and triple jump while like
everyone will be like spread out.
Yeah, so spread out. So I'm scared like we're gonna lose that team bonding that we have.
Yeah.
It's also sad because like I feel like there's something fun about like home games and home meets and like we won't get to have them this year.
What's gonna happen with your senior nights?
We'll probably share with another school. We'll see how that goes.
Yeah, we don't have anything planned yet, but hopefully it all works out.
I mean, that's the juniors. That's the juniors.
Yeah.
That's their job.
Yeah. Better get planning.
So they better plan something.
Well, what nearby schools will you generally have your meets at? Probably like Fairhaven or
like
Wareham?
Fairhaven, Wareham, Folk. Next week we'll have it at Ponquet. Scary.
Well, do you guys know if they're like completely ripping up the track or if they're just like paving it over? Like, how is that? I don't know if you guys know much, but.
So I think I heard Bill say that they're gonna put this coat layer on top of the track. So and it has to stay like that for 2 weeks to let it dry. So like for like the next 2 weeks, it looks like nothing's happening to it, but there's actually a layer on top of that, and I think that's what's gonna help. The new layer on top, I don't know how tracks are made, but the new layer on top like stick better or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I could see how that makes sense. What about the grass in this, like the middle of it? Is that gonna maybe be turf or gonna just stick with regular grass?
It's not getting touched.
It's
staying there.
Yeah.
I wish, but no.
Of course. But thank you guys for coming and sitting down and talking with me. It was nice getting to hear the inside scoop about track. If you guys want to join track, you guys know who to call. Thank you.
Best of luck to the track team this season.
Next, Molly learned more about the Science Olympiad team through 2 of her fellow juniors. Let's see what they had to say.
Hey everybody, it's Molly Dupree, and we are here in the studio talking yet again with our favorite juniors. Do you want to say your names again for the crowd?
Sure, I'm Jacob Hadley.
I'm Eva Hartley.
And today we are not talking about debate. Oh no. Today we are talking about
Science Olympiad.
which was just started this year and has gotten off to a tremendously successful start. Would you guys like to give us a bit of a rundown first? Give us a preview of what you guys do on the team, how it works. We'll get to the season later. You want just like a simple day in the life of a contest, I guess.
Sure.
Yeah.
So tournaments are usually held at local colleges. We went to Yale, UMass Amherst, and Wentworth Institute of Tech. And they're on a large gamut of topics within the sciences, from anatomy to forestry to chemistry and cell bio. And they usually consist of tests, labs, or building activities. And they're competitive, so you're going against other teams, usually within the state, although we've gone against some teams from like all over the country before.
Yeah.
So are you judged by time or like efficiency or like your results? How do they like score or like determine winners?
Yeah, so it's a mix of you're in a timed, obviously your tests or your labs, your activities are timed, and then they take the tests and they grade them. And then to win like the actual overall, they like add up like the totals from kind of every event. So you want to try to do as many events as possible.
Yeah,
But
it's
you could
pretty
also
much
win like
accuracy.
individual events.
Yeah.
Very cool. So like, do you guys want to give us like or like recall one of the labs you had to do and like maybe that you did well, so we can like an example.
Well, our first invitational tournament was at Yale.
Oh my
And that was the day it was like negative 20 degrees outside with
Oh
the
my
wind chill.
God, I remember that weekend.
Yeah, our bus didn't start, so we had to
Yeah.
carpool there.
It was awful.
And so yeah, that was certainly interesting, but we ended up placing 4th in Green Generation. That was me and Allison Winters.
Green Generation, is that your team name?
No, that's the name of the event. It's basically
okay.
environmental science, and that was just a test.
Oh, cool.
And then Sophia Boulay and Allison Winters as well placed 4th in Write It, Do It, which I
It's
sort
more of a
like.
building challenge.
Yeah.
One person has to see an image or see a structure, write kind of how to build it. The second person blindly has to try to recreate it.
Oh my
Yeah.
God. So is that fun? Or is that like more
Yeah.
stressful?
I could imagine. I mean,
Because that kind of sounds like not like it's like is it Pictionary I'm thinking of, or like the ones where you like you put the stuff on your head and you have to like guess kind of?
That might be Heads Up.
yeah, yeah.
No, I mean, like, we
It's-
think it's fun because
yeah.
it's very scientific related, and
Yeah.
you know, we're all people with similar passions and interests within that field. Yeah, after Yale, we went to UMass, and we still did pretty okay. I think we got
Yeah.
8th or 9th in a couple events.
Most of
UMass
them
was actually pretty
tests.
tough in terms of just like the difficulty of the tests and stuff. And then we went to the state championship, which was at Wentworth Institute of Technology, and you can take it away.
So we did good in a few events, but in one of them we did actually get first place in mystery architecture.
That was Eva.
Oh my God.
It was me and Mackenzie Leblanc.
Oh yeah.
And that one was really interesting because we didn't even really know we were participating in the event. It was kind of like, oh, there's this event,
Yeah.
and no one's doing it. Let's just go see what it is. And it was basically you had about 45 minutes, and you had a bag of like random like popsicle sticks, you know, the classic like build a tower that can support a weight.
Wait, seriously?
Yeah, it was just like a build a tower that can hold up a little metal nut, and that was just the challenge. And every other school had a ruler and scissors, and we didn't even know you had to have materials, so we didn't have any of that. But me and Mackenzie had a lot of fun. We, you know, we kind of didn't take it seriously. We tried our hard, but we had fun with it, and it was a good time, and we ended up winning, so it was really,
Yeah, they
it was
got
really
first
fun.
place.
Yeah.
And so yeah, they actually got a big medal. And then along
Yeah.
that, Allison and I, again, we got what, 5th?
Yeah.
Yeah, in Green Generation, the environmental science test. And then we didn't get like a certificate or anything, but Theo Jacobson and I got 7th in cell biology, which was pretty cool too. So we placed in some events, you know, disrupted
Yeah.
the competition a little bit,
Yeah.
especially since like it was the same 3 schools that were always winning, like, you know, the type, like
Yeah.
Acton, Boxborough, Lexington.
I don't know those schools.
Winchester.
Just like I'm sure
Super
they're.
all those
high-
super,
I'm sure they're real
yeah.
smarty pants.
Yeah.
Well, also
really
Wealthy pants.
Yeah, well funded and
Yeah.
And there you come in with your scissors or rulers, just
Yeah, exactly.
showing
That's
them.
what was fun about it. Is like there was
Yeah.
really no pressure on us to do well.
It's kind of
And
embarrassing on them.
yeah.
I know, right? And it just shows like the potential that we have at ORR and how
Yeah.
like,
We're smart.
Yeah.
We're so smart. We got
Yeah.
our big brains. And I can vouch for Eva. I used to copy off her lab notebook in our chemistry so much. She's a smarty pants.
Thank
Oh,
you.
I was wondering, I know it's like a lot of doubles work and stuff, like with the groups and stuff. I'm assuming you always work in singles or like pairs of two? Is it, or you ever like,
Most events are 2. There are a few that are 3.
okay.
You can do ones alone, but I don't think anyone ended up having to do that.
Yeah, not usually. There are some which are like 3, which
My
write it,
question,
do it. No.
yeah. My question is, how do you guys like help, or like how do you guys build like team chemistry almost, like work together, like because it's obviously like both your minds are moving pretty quickly. You gotta like sync them up, if you know what I mean. How do you guys like work together in doubles? Like, is there like any secrets you got?
I mean, it is a lot of, you do kind of have to be in the right like place. You have to kind of think off each other, bounce off each other. Usually in a normal year, at least for other schools, we haven't had a normal year. We started it really late or just because of the troubles getting it started. But you would spend the whole first half of the year like studying and collecting your resources. We didn't have any of those resources really. Most schools had.
That was the other thing. We had no preparation whatsoever. So we were just going into these events with prior knowledge, any cheat sheets that we could just create the night before.
And other schools had like binders full of info because that's what you're supposed to have a whole year worth of studying and creating binders and cheat sheets. But it was our first year, so we kind of went in blind, and we still did as well as we did, which makes me incredibly proud.
Yeah.
What made you want to start a Science Olympiad team at ORR?
Well, at present, before Science Olympiad, there really weren't any science or competitive science extracurriculars in the school, besides maybe math team. And, I wanted a place where like-minded students could come together and show off their talents and get rewarded for it. And, I wanted a community where we could all nerd out together and love science and, get to compete doing the things that we're interested in. And it was definitely a long haul, and we faced a lot of challenges, not just funding, but, trying to, coordinate with different directors, register for different events. We went into most of our events and tournaments not knowing anything, so it was a learning experience.
And the fact
For
that you guys
sure.
came out so well
I
is
know,
a real,
that's the other thing.
is a testament to our school's like strengths and stuff.
Yeah,
It
and
was really amazing.
I had to like go in front of student council and ask them for $600 for the bus that didn't even work, and so we faced a lot of challenges along the way. But I think it was definitely worth it in the end, because now our ORR has a really strong science extracurricular program that I think should continue to be supported in the future.
And I hope next year, now that we have it established, again, we can put in that extra work, like creating those binders and really making it something that.
Yeah, and we were competing against pretty well-established teams, so now we'll have a chance to compete alongside the big leagues.
Well, you guys should both be very proud of yourselves. And I just have one more thing. I was wondering if you wanted to speak to the public, let them, if you had any messages to try and get more people to join Science Olympiad next year. I know you already have a pretty well-established team, but you never know.
Well, we need a lot more underclassmen, because there is a senior limit on the team. So,
And we're going to have a lot of seniors next year. It's really just, if you are interested in science, really almost any level of science, engineering, like there's
not
so
just
many
science,
different,
like all of STEM.
so many different things that you can be a part of, so many different competitions, and just to have a club where you can show off your knowledge, learn something.
Exactly, You can get medals, certificates, occasionally scholarships if you're really good. And it looks great on college apps, especially if you want to go into the STEM field. Gives you a lot of great experience, and you learn a lot of content that's beyond AP classes. Like Eva and I did cell biology at UMass, and the stuff on that test was just way beyond the AP curriculum, so you really learn a lot more.
And it's fun.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys so much for coming in. Congratulations on an awesome season. Best of luck next year. Obviously, I'm sure we'll talk to you then.
Thanks.
Thank you so much for watching. Back to the studio.
Congratulations on a wonderful season.
Finally, let's watch a blooper reel from our latest few episodes. Be prepared to laugh out loud.
Hey everybody. Oh shoot. Hold on. I'm looking at this camera too. Sorry.
No, that's camera 2.
No, yeah, I know, but I was looking at the camera 1.
Oh.
Sorry. I was practicing on that one. My bad. Take 2.
Let's look back on their momentous season now. Red Monkeys.
Tommy.
Tomas.
Thomas.
Timothy Chalamet. Shimmy-ah, shimmy-a. Shalamala bing bong.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to the 16th episode of Bulldog Weekly Season 6. I'm Tommy.
And I'm Jed.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to the 16th episode of Bulldog Weekly. I'm Tommy.
And I'm Jed.
Hi, everybody. Welcome. No.
Thanks, Mr. Devoll and Mr. Tilden.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to the 16th episode of Bulldog Weekly Season 6. I'm Tommy.
And I'm Jed. This week, we're watching a mystery noir written by Tommy, getting the inside look on Senior Superlatives Night, and getting the review on this year's Spirit Week.
But first, let's get started with Mr. Devoll and Mr. Tilden with our week ahead of school and sports.
3. Taking a look at some drama footage. And I forget the words because I can't see the script.
The script is not moving.
Oh, my goodness.
But before we get that, here's Mr. Devoll with the week ahead and Bill Tilden with sports. Take it away. Okay.
When?
Cool. Let's go.
Well, that wraps up this episode of Bulldog Weekly. Until next time, I'm Molly.
And I'm Jed, and we'll see you next time. I'm not doing it. Like, sorry, it's.
So this hallway is actually pretty interesting. This is the health, science, and the assistant principal is awful. Principal awful. So this is the art wing. He's still walking. So this is the art wing. In this wing, students like to put up their work for display. It's gonna be like constantly moving back. Yeah, I'm sorry. Oh, so this is the art wing. In this wing, students like to display their work, as you can see over here and on this side of the wall as well. And people are walking behind me. No, the teacher's coming. You're gonna stop recording.
All right, I don't want any trouble. I just want my dough. Oh wait, I want to point after that.
I just want
You point on the, and you'll get your dough. But first, you gotta let the bird go. Hey, that rhymed. You all right?
Yeah, I'm all right. I'm all right.
You all right?
Who are you? There's a
Just take your time. Recording.
There's a bounty on one of y'all.
Recording.
It's quite simple, really. When I heard, what was her name? I forgot her name. We'll stop drinking.
It is recording, my bad.
Yeah. And as for you, Sid, I heard you were in town, so I hired a couple of my boys to lure you. I don't know.
No, that was right.
To hire a couple of my boys to lure you here.
Yeah.
All right, just redo it.
Recording.
We've come to the end of our 18th episode of Bulldog Weekly. I'm Emma.
And I'm Molly. And this
We'll see
is
ya.
Molly.
Okay.
It's Bulldog Weekly.
Oh, good times.
Good times indeed. Teachers and students, if you would like to have something filmed and shown on Bulldog Weekly, let us know at the ORC TV station.
Be sure to check out our Vimeo and social media channels for everything we film here at ORC TV. We film sports games, town meetings, school events, and more. And just like that, we've come to the end of our 21st episode of Bulldog Weekly. I'm Tommy.
And I'm Jed, and we'll see you next time.